And we are back in our episode of NBA 2K14. And you know, the last episode yesterday, as the Lakers defeat the Blazers by 6 in a close game, 116 to 110. Kobe Bryant got 34 points, 11 assists. Nate Young got 23, DeMarcus Aldridge got 19, and CJ McCollum got 19 in a huge game and big win for the LA Lakers' defeat over the Portland Trailblazers. And now coming up next, we're off to Bankers Life House in downtown Indianapolis. Check out some presentation is ready to go, and yeah, they're good to go. So we got the two of the Central Division rivalry we here today, as featuring Josh Smith of the Detroit Pistons take on Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. A Central rivalry that will be a good game here tonight, as Detroit Pistons on the road now are now 12-game winning streak, being back in March, and now hopefully go for number 13 and keeping the division title lead. They keep the division title race. While the Pacers at the time of 41 wins. You see here Chicago and Detroit battling out for the division title with the chance to get inside. So that'll do it for now for this game. The Pacers are going to use the yellow, and the Pistons are going to use the blue. So that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kenshin. We'll be right back after this. Enjoy the video here at Bankers Life House in Indianapolis. Anyways, we're going to send in Kevin Harlan here in Indy. Now, here we go.
Hi and welcome. This is Damon Bruce and you're watching 2K Sports. Welcome to Wednesday night here in the NBA. It's the Detroit Pistons going up against the Indiana Pacers. And now let's head out to the arena, hook up with Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, Clark Kellogg, and Norris Burke. I'll be back at halftime.
This is NBA basketball on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. I'm Kevin Harlan here along with Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr with Doris Burke on the sideline. Our starting lineups will look at the matchups here and who we'll see for our starting five for both teams. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Greg Monroe.
And the thing you notice right away with Monroe, great hand. Both offensively and defensively. He's got a soft touch on his shot and his passes. He really handles the ball probably better than most centers in this league.
I agree. I like his decision-making too, Steve. Not only the skills, but he makes good decisions. He's able to thread pinpoint passes. Some of that may be due to how Georgetown played when he was there. A Princeton-style motion offense that utilizes the passing ability of its big guys.
Last game for the Pacers, a loss to the Spurs. They had a chance there right up to the end. They only lost by 3.
So with the number of turnovers they had in that game, guys, it was going to be an uphill battle all the way.
Well, especially, Steve, when you couple the turnovers with the soft defense they were playing. I mean, that's a bad combination. Turning it over and then not defending. When Hibbert came into the league, guys, everybody assumed he'd be a project, and that's been accurate. But projects can pay off, and to have a player with his size and work ethic and skill is a huge payday for the Pacers.
Now here's Jennings. George Hill missing his last shot. Gets it to go.
Tell you what, he is so difficult to guard, especially on a shot like that one.
And George, here we go. Oh!
Power punch right there.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
And here's Jennings. Playing Milwaukee, he was nearly unstoppable. And going back to Hibbert and Clark, you mentioned, it's looked at as a project when he came in, taken with the 17th pick, Steve, back in 08, in a draft that you were involved with Phoenix.
Well, we took Robin Lopez at 14 because he just had much better mobility athletically. We were shocked that Hibbert could eventually develop the kind of speed and lateral quickness that he's done. So pretty impressive that he's put all this work in and defied his critics.
Jennings with the ball. He's picked up by Hill. That is good.
Boy, they are locked and loaded early. 3 for 3.
On to go, and Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris.
A lot of his focus in preparing his team for this game centered around how they plan to deal with point guard Brandon Jennings. He said Jennings is a blur out there. He's so fast, and he plays with a relentless energy. It's a challenge for any team to really keep up with him. Kevin, we'll see if they can do it.
Thanks, Doris.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly. You know, a lot has been said about the Pacers and their defense, but in addition to them being great with their positioning and skill, they're one of the toughest and most rugged teams to deal with, both mentally and physically. They really pride themselves on playing smash-mouth basketball, and don't hesitate to get into your airspace and get in your face.
For Detroit, they've gone 4-4 to start, so a nice offensive rhythm to start here. It's stolen by Hill with the lead pass. And there's Paul George on the assist by Hill. 6 points for Paul George.
Well, the drive to the bucket was nice, but how about the finger roll finish? Beautiful.
And Clark, back to what you said, the Pacers did get in a few games last year where tempers flared and players down in each other's faces. But, you know, Steve, you look back at all the great defensive teams in NBA history, and not a lot of them were a group of amicable guys.
It's true. I mean, this was a great defense, and sometimes you have to ruffle feathers and get in people's faces in terms of being tough and gritty defensively. And I think the Pacers understood that. I think he's best as a spot-up shooter. I mean, he can play off of his teammates and find openings on the perimeter and just catch and shoot. He's got a quick release, beautiful stroke.
He does such a nice job of getting himself squared up and in perfect position before the ball gets there, preparing before the pass.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
But, you know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And the Pistons, entirely new group now out there. Villanueva with the bucket.
I tell you what, the post play has been rock solid right off the bat.
Well, that's the key to basketball. Get the ball inside, into the paint, either with a pass or with penetration.
Now here's Scola. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
Love it. Old school. Just physical play in the paint. Dominate.
Find him with it. Defended by Mahinmi. The shot's good from Jerebko. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played.
Jonas Jerebko is really a mobile, hustling 4-man out of Sweden. I mean, a nice find for the Pistons as a second-round pick back in 2009. D there, guys, was pretty much non-existent. I mean, you can't leave a good shooter like that open.
From deep, Phillips, another 3 for Detroit.
How about that for a response?
We'll say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3. Kevin, here we can get a good look at Indiana and what kind of numbers they've put up these last 10 games. Second in scoring, third in three-point shooting, and they also show up top 5 in block shots.
And I think what's most impressive when you talk about those points per game is the fact that they're spreading it around. This is a very unselfish team. They work to get good shots every time down the floor, and they become a very efficient offensive team.
And Jerebko had that Achilles tear and missed the 2010-2011 season.
Yeah, but he bounced back nicely. A little bit of a tweener, kind of a small forward, power forward hybrid, but he's tough. You love the energy and the defense that he brings to the game.
The Jonas is a nice rotation big.
I don't know how they're going to keep this pace up. Both teams on fire here early.
And playing the game on rollerblades, too.
Phillips attacking. That's good. Phillips has got 5 points so far.
I don't know who was supposed to be on him there, but clearly a mistake by the defense.
Here we go with Bynum running it up the court. And good on the basket. Book it.
Yeah, he didn't even bother to wait around for any help on that break.
That was a one-man job all the way, Steve. He knew what to do with it and when.
Here is Watson, averaging 6 points per contest. And there's the pass to Copeland. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Copeland's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Bynum pitch to Phillips. They're running, moving it up. Got a piece of it. Throws it from deep. Shot is off. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. It's the Pacers. They lead by 6. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return.
The playoff push is on. Darren Williams and the Brooklyn Nets go up against the Philadelphia 76ers. This weekend, NBA action.
Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And a chance to catch up on the numbers here. Scoring breakdown for the Pacers.
We've seen a lot of their points coming off penetration in this first half.
Another thing they've been able to really get going so far tonight has been the three ball, the long-range shooting.
George Hill out there with Orlando Johnson. Then there's Danny Granger. And it's West, and it's Hill, and at the 3 slot. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
One of the bright young head coaching stars in the league, Frank Vogel, took over the Pacers on an interim basis 3 seasons ago and immediately paid dividends. They had a strong finish to that season. His first season in a competitive first-round series against Chicago, and that success has continued to build and grow, and Frank Vogel deserves a lot of the credit.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Josh Smith, he's checked in for Villanueva. And Richard Hamilton has subbed in for Caldwell Pope. Pistons trailed by 7. Stuckey outside. Wide open look. That drops. And Coach Vogel, the second youngest coach in the NBA last season, but he'd been working in the NBA for 15 years, Steve, prior to becoming a head coach.
Yeah, 5 years as a video coordinator, a couple seasons as an advanced scout, and then 8 years on the bench as an assistant. So he's definitely paid his dues and learned a lot on his way up the ladder.
He feeds it to Smith, and Granger with the block. And low to Hill. Detroit with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You know, so often in the NBA we talk about how you have to earn your points the hard way, but it didn't seem like that was the case. Everything came pretty easily.
Too many of their points came the easy way, Steve. You're right. On dunks and layups against the defense that didn't really put up much resistance.
Well, you might have been wondering who the top scoring small forwards have been over the last 10 games. Wonder no more. Here's a peek. In the 3rd spot, Danny Granger.
Those are some tremendous athletes, as we're used to seeing at that spot on the floor. You know, they can pretty much all give phenomenal individual performances on any given night.
And most nights, that's exactly what they do. Every team wants and needs scoring from the small forward position. And all of the players on that list provide it.
Brandon Jennings is checked in for Rodney Stuck.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
It's just beautiful basketball to watch, Clark.
Hill kicks to Granger. George. And stolen by Jennings. Hamilton against Hill. And it's Hamilton that time on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 5 assists in the game. And the Pacers call time here. Their last meeting was in Detroit, where they were unable to fight off the Pistons.
Yeah, you want to talk about a team that just couldn't get into a rhythm offensively. That was a really ugly game for them.
Yeah, you know what? I wonder about the game plan, but really, it was more about a lack of execution than anything else.
Roy Hibbert's checked in for Indiana.
Well, it's not often you find a player like Paul George who, as tall as he is, can play 2-guard. But when you do, you're going to see some really big numbers in rebounding from him, and that's what George does. He wants to average double-digit rebounds.
Hill dishes to Granger. He's against Smith. From 10 feet out. Again, Indiana. And now the first time out called here for Detroit. And Clark, you mentioned the height of Paul George. 6'8" when he was drafted. He actually grew to 6'10" in his rookie season, Steve. So he's a young guy that's continuing to grow both on the floor and physically.
Yeah, he may be 7'2" by his 4th year. I'll tell you, though, he gives you power forward size and rebounding with guard skills. It's easy to see why the Pacers are so excited about it.
Does he remind you of anybody in particular?
A bit like Scottie Pippen, you know, early in his career. Maybe not quite as strong as Scottie, but a similar skill set.
Pass to West. Monroe on him. Missed off a bit from George. And there are the Pacers with another bucket. Pistons trailed by 5. Jennings kicks to Smith. Monroe, defended by West. Monroe's shot is good. Monroe's got his first points of the night.
Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Now we get a chance to check out Andre Drummond. He has been filling up the stat sheet for the last month. 3rd in rebounding. And we can't forget what a great defender he is. He's number 3 in the league in steals.
And you talked about his place among the leaders in rebounds per game, Steve. Just about nobody matches his work ethic down in the low post.
Gets it to go.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
He kicks to Hamilton. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Hamilton's got 9 points.
It took him a little while to get into the flow of this game, but now he's definitely found his stride and rhythm.
Hill passes to Granger. Offline with his 3.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
And the stuff by West.
Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
And guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
Jennings kicks to Smith. Another 3 for Detroit.
He's not going to miss many of those, if any. Not when he's got that much room.
36 seconds left to play in the first half. The 3 from Hill. And he's sure hit one twice. And the Pacers lead by 5.
Well, I bet his teammates love playing with him. He's distributing the ball perfectly.
Well, he keeps everybody happy, and you know what? The assist numbers don't lie.
West with the block. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. A different look here for Detroit. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. Bynum kicks to Billups. Back to Bynum. Dishes it to Villanueva. And it's blocked by Copeland. With 4 seconds on the clock. And Monroe puts it in. Monroe's got his second bucket tonight. Watson for 3. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer.
That is simply a dagger on the way to the locker room. That 3-pointer feels like a 6-pointer coming when it did right at the end of the half.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Pacers lead by 6. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And now, brought to you by Sprint. Welcome, everyone. A critical time in the NBA season right now. The race for playoff positioning is on. Some good up-tempo basketball for the Pacers. One look at their field goal percentage says it all. They're scoring at will. Paul George really playing effortlessly. He has 13 points, and as usual, he's been handing out a lot of assists. And a resilient Pistons team is staying in it. This team's become accustomed to winning, but tonight they got to be surprised with their first half performance. Josh Smith is their scoring leader. His field goal percentage through the roof recently, and he is on fire again tonight. Let's start things off with a look at what's coming up later tonight. The Bulls will square off against the Hawks out in Atlanta. That gets going 7:30 Eastern. And one game also on the docket. It'll be the Magic out at Amway Center against the Cavaliers. That'll be some good Eastern Conference play out there. It's going to be a tip-off at 7 Eastern, 10 Pacific. And now, a look at the other NBA action. It'll be the Heat out at American Airlines Arena against the Bucks. A 7:30 Eastern time is tip-off. Now time to get you back out to the game in Indiana. Second half coming right up.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. An exceptional performance from Paul George.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And see, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. And Detroit making it with 8. Josh Smith and Greg Monroe at the 3 and 4. Cliff Hamilton out there with Jennings. And it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hamilton and Detroit again with the bucket.
Well, you look at the scoreboard and you realize how much he's already contributed. You really have to wonder how bad it might be if he weren't doing the job he's done so far. Well, Andre Drummond, a nice pick out of UConn in the 2012 draft. Starting to look like a steal for the Pistons now. Big men with this size and mobility just don't come along very often.
The drive by Hill. The shot's good on the assist by West. 8 points for Hill.
They've been good on all 3 of their shots since coming out of the locker room at the break.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And as we get a break here, important for the teams to go over their own strategy. And for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. So put out your best effort as the game wears on, guys.
You know, it's amazing when you're playing during the season, if you go through a stretch where you don't hydrate, it can have a major physical toll on you. Your body wears down quicker, you don't recover as fast, and that can really take its toll over the course of an 82-game season.
And back to Drummond, you talk about his size. A lot of young players need to bulk up. You might argue that he should try not to get any bigger. What do you think?
Well, he's 6'11", 280. I mean, he's not getting overpowered by anybody. That athletic play. Incredible.
Wow.
You know, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Look, I don't know what the score is. That's the play we're all going to remember from this game.
Jennings against Hill. Makes it off the glass. And it's 7 points for Brandon Jennings. Time called here. Indiana decides to talk it over.
Yeah, they were getting winded. Good call here to give them a quick breather.
You know, if you're not a big, strong guard in the NBA, it can be tough going in the paint. But for Brandon Jennings, he's got that floater in the lane. That's what's allowed him, despite his slight frame, to be able to score in the paint.
Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for Detroit. Stuckey comes in for Richard Hamilton. And George kicks to Copeland. Back to George. Indiana moving the ball again. Watson for 3. That's good. Watson's got 9. And you know, going back to Jennings is so fast, incredibly explosive. He can really clark into the lane.
Yeah, but you know, he struggled finishing at the rim. Some of that because of his size. Not really a physical imposing guy. Developing that floater and learning to... NBA shot blockers is something that he has to continue to develop.
Pistons trailed by 11. The 3. Good. Jennings has got 5 points now this quarter.
That's what has to happen if they're going to turn this thing around. He's got to take charge. He's got to be aggressive and really look to push here offensively.
George against Stuckey. Tries from 10. A nice shot by George. He's got 18.
He is feeling it. A terrific percentage from the field.
Pass to Stuckey. It's George on the wing. He's guarded by Stuckey. It's West with the drive. And that one's good. Now a 12-point Pacer lead.
3 consecutive baskets have come right at the rim. defense had better start buckling down and tightening up.
Yeah, they're getting exposed right now.
Caldwell Pope pass to Monroe. And that one's good. Monroe's got 6.
Beautiful feed off the bounce to his teammate there. Nicely done.
Copeland defended by Caldwell Pope. And foul call. As he misses, he'll go to the line and shoot 2.
Chris Copeland, a 28-year-old rookie with the Knicks last season, originally from New Jersey. He played collegiately at Colorado and found his NBA opportunity after playing some years in Europe.
And Copeland, Clark, more than serviceable coming off the bench last season. Steve, what do you think of his performance with the Knicks?
Oh, he played awfully well down the stretch. Had a couple of big games in the playoffs as well. But what I like about him is the floor spacing that he provides. His three-point shooting is really strong, but he's long and he's got a good body. He should be able to guard multiple positions.
Here's Drummond. No good. Granger with the defensive effort. Pacers leading by 12. Granger left side. And that one's good.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post, maybe some double teaming. They've got to get their defense in gear.
For the Pistons, Monroe comes in for Andre Drummond. And Villanueva subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Pacers?
Well, their passing has been picturesque, a thing of beauty in both halves. More than a few of their baskets have come off assists.
The other thing that's been huge for them is their points in the paint. They're getting the ball inside and converting on a regular basis.
Indiana's gotten the 3-ball working for them in the second half. They've hit 3 out of 3 shots from long range. Granger backing them down. He trains the quick shot. Granger's got 12 points in the game.
Now, if you can't get around your defender, sometimes the best way to get a shot off is to go to that fadeaway.
Back to Smith. That's good.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
And so it's Indiana with it. Granger backing him down. Knocks it loose. And here comes Smith, leading the fast break. The feed to Villanueva. Another 3 for Detroit.
Great opportunity right there. He's got such tremendous length. He can just rise up and get separation for the 3.
Hill dishes to Scola. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. Here's Hill.
Zeros on the clock when that ball tickles the twine.
Oh, man, a clutch shot.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Pacers out in front, up by 12. And we'll be back with you right after this.
Tune in Friday, April 4th. Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks take on Kobe Bryant and the Los Angeles Lakers. Hoops action.
Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Hill. George Hill at the 1. Paul George at the 2. Down low, Weston Hibbert. And it's Granger at the small forward position. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Pistons trailed by 15. Jennings kicks to Villanueva. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got assist number 8 now on the night. Villanueva with the steal. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Boy, the kind of moments you love to see. Excellent defense leading to a dunk at the other end.
Clark, you got to marvel at the transition game when they've got it clicking. It's really explosive.
High octane for sure.
Oof. Yeah, turning defensive pressure into offensive opportunities. That's what it's all about. And we don't see the wide open fadeaway shot too often.
Paul George with the steal. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. George has got 9 points here in the second half. Detroit's gone 6 of 8 on three-pointers in the game, an outstanding 75% mark. Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. Paul George really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain it.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, head coach of the Pistons had some words for his team over the break. He was emphatic. We're not getting it done, fellas. We've simply got to step up, get engaged, and try to battle back. Guys, we'll see if the pep talk gets them going.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Indiana leading by 13. No, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul. It'll go to the line.
Well, he's an exciting young player. Almost 6'10", great athleticism and length. Dynamic finisher at the rim, and he can guard multiple positions defensively.
And you know what, Steve? His growth defensively has been just as impressive. He uses that length to great advantage, contesting shots and coming away with deflections and steals.
The Pistons making a change here. Jennings is checked in.
Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop. Boy, you found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap from the defense.
West, that's good. Just over a minute and a half play here in the fourth. Hamilton with it. George picks him up. Hamilton the pass to Drummond. The jump hook gets it to go. Drummond's got 4 points in the quarter.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Jennings drives in. Monroe. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got his 9th assist in the game now. Kicks it out to Granger. Takes the 3. Gets it to go. Granger's got 11 points here in just the second half.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his second this half.
Knocked away. There's Jennings with the... Another 3 for Detroit.
Well, as long as the threes keep dropping for him, he'll continue firing away.
And they are dropping for him. What a game he's having from deep.
Granger dishes to George. Feeds it to Hill. And again, it's the Pistons from deep.
And it's a real serious dive drop in there. Exquisite assist.
2 minutes. He lobs it up. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Excellent communication between teammates on the out.
And that's where you need to pull that off.
Well, both ends of that play, just fantastic.
Jennings against Hill to the paint. George. Hill kicks to Granger. Shakes off the strong D and gets the bucket for 2. Granger's got 20.
He's their go-to guy, and when he shoots the ball like he has today, that's what the scoreboard usually looks like.
Drummond covered by Hibbert. And the dunk by Smith.
Textbook right there. Nice pass, great catch, beautiful finish.
Indiana leading by 13. Hibbert, the pass to George. Outside Hill. 18 feet out. And again, it's Indiana.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Open shot, Monroe. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
Great job there, recognizing the mismatch and taking advantage.
They got to put a bigger guy on him, otherwise he'll bury those jumpers all game.
Here's George. And again, it's Indiana.
Just look at how quickly their lead has grown over the course of the last few possessions.
Boy, they've really saved their best for last, haven't they?
Here's Hibbert. Good, and Phil picking up the assist.
You got to feel pretty good about this win tonight, guys. Defending their home floor.
Yeah, and just riding it out here now. I mean, they gave the fans what they wanted.
It's Jennings with the drive. Blocked. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Outside Hill. The shot from the low post is good. And the Pacers lead by 19.
Well, that puts the nail in the coffin.
A clinic in terms of how to play with the lead right there.
I have no idea why he was fouling there.
And even the foul, I mean, you can't be wrapping guys up like that. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. That's a meaningless play.
Good. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Here is Stevenson. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night. These guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dreamlike games for a coach.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Paul George.
What a huge night for the Pistons. Stop the Detroit Pistons for 12-game win streak. And for some reason they stop right now. Check out where we go. So check out right here. The Pacers beat the Pistons 111-94. Paul George got 26-11. Danny Granger got 20. Josh Smith got 19. Brandon Jennings got 16 and 10. And moving on here on this side, the Atlantic Division title is still on heats up. We got the Knicks and the Nets for the division title leading, and the Nets still. Wow. That was incredible right there. And check out here the Knicks and the Nets. Right here, the Knicks and the Nets. And. Oh. I want to be Knicks to win because we're trying to get in the away team. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna quit that. I will go into the Sixers for the Nets will be over the Knicks because they have a chance to keep the division title, of course. Alright, I'm gonna do that. Alright. Nets beat the Knicks. We got J.R. Smith got 32. Kevin Garnett got triple, not even triple double. Alwyn Johnson, Blatch, and Darren Williams. Even Darren Williams not even get triple double. Magic and the Cavaliers, and the Magic win. 18 points for Victor Oladipo. Kyrie Irving got 19. When even Dion Waiters, Anthony Bennett got 11-10. Bobcats and the Sixers, and somehow the Bobcats will improve record by 10 wins. And looks like it means the Sixers have the chance to check the Sixers games remaining. They have a face against the Celtics. If they have the chance to beat the Nets, check the Nets game here. We're gonna check the Nets game. They have a face the Pistons, the top of the playoff push right now to get in the playoff race. So we can check out the Bobcats and the Sixers result. Richardson got 20 and Jefferson got 19 and 19. Along with Walker, Rockets and the Raptors, and the Rockets win by what's that? I think it's going to 29. Kyle Lowry got 26. DeMar DeRozan got 29. On the other hand, DeMar DeRozan got 30-11. German got 29-8. Celtics and the Wizards, and the Wizards. No! Celtics will win 28-9. Brandon Beal got not even triple double, and everybody got 20-9. We're gonna get safe here. Here we see the Grizzlies and Timberwolves right here. So we got the Grizzlies and the Timberwolves, and Grizzlies win. Chase Bollinger got 25. Kevin Martin got 23. Other side, Kevin Love got triple double. Ricky Rubio, and the two guys there, three per people are scored double double. And Marc Gasol, Zach Randolph, and Mike Conley. Unfortunately, Mike Conley not even close to triple double. Pelicans and the Nuggets win. Jaban McGee got 30 and 12. We see Wilson Chandler and Ty Lawson got 21. Eric Gordon got 20. Clippers and the Suns, and the Clippers win. 24 points for Caron Butler, 20 points for Shannon Brown, 14-12 for Eric Bledsoe. Blake Griffin got 30 and 12, and Chris Paul got 24. Lakers and the Kings, and the Lakers will win by 6 in the close. Marcus Thornton got 34. Carl Landry got 20 and 10, 20 triple-double despite, and Greg Vasquez not even also triple-double. Kobe Bryant's got 26, 10, and 8. Bulls and the Hawks, and Bulls will win. Double-double for Al Horford, 20 points for Elton Brand, 28 points and 9 rebounds for Derrick Rose, when Boozers got 23. And last but not least, Bucks and the Heat will win. 42 points for Dwayne Wade. Chris Bosh got 22. OJ Mello got 24 along with Ritnar. El Sorvia got 16 and Antetokounmpo got double-double. So, for the main event of the day, we'll check out the playoff picture in the East for 98th division title. Nets are now in the lead in division leaders. On the other side right here, Lakers move up to number 5 once again. They share a tie with the Spurs. That should be another potential the final matchup of the day between those two. And the Mavericks Clippers, that should be a potential first round preview between the Clippers and the Mavericks. That would be a good one here in the West. And this side right there, they're going to be preparing for the playoff push right now. That should be a potential Mavericks and the Clippers one trip in first round playoff preview. So that will be wrap up here in Banker Seinfeld's in Indianapolis as we're on the way. The next game on our hand, we're off to AT&T Center in San Antonio. We got a 2 of the Western Conference playoff race continues the playoff push with Stephen Curry of the Golden State Warriors take on Tim Duncan of the San Antonio Spurs. That will be the last matchup tonight. This is between those two teams. Stephen Curry and Klay Thompson of the Golden State Warriors take on Tim Duncan and Manu Ginobili of San Antonio Spurs. And that'll do it for now. This is Andre Kinshin as the Pacers crush the Pistons by 17, 111 to 94. This is Andre Kinshin saying so from Bankers Life Bell from downtown San Antonio. We'll see you tomorrow for the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. Sign up and peace out. Good night, and reminder, we'll see you tomorrow here at the AT&T Center in San Antonio for the Golden State Warriors take on San Antonio Spurs. Sign up and peace out and good night. We'll see you tomorrow. once again for the Golden State Warriors and the San Antonio Spurs. And time to say, once again, it's time to say sign up and peace out. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow. Peace.